Hello, everybody. We are a two-woman show today. So hopefully I started speaking at the correct time since nobody is monitoring the camera at the moment. But we are here for our midweek reset, and I'm so happy to see you. I know, where's my hug? Oh my God, I just came off of a 3-hour drive. So I was practicing my breath work. And I also was cleaning and dusting all morning, so I'm a little bit nasally, so I'm going to be the camera girl today. But if you do need me to demo anything, I'm happy to pop over because I know you're still recovering. I just wanted to say thank you to Lenore and to Joseph Carringer, who came in last week hot for our first Soul Saturday. It was awesome. So cool. It was so beautiful. I mean, just to see everybody out again, but like just the magic that the two of them made. I actually thought they had performed together, and it turns out that was their first time.
Wow.
Yep. And we've already had several people say, hey, would you please let me know when they're coming back?
It was a great energy.
So we're asking you to come back. That was like, hopefully in the spring, we'll do it again. That was so magical. So thank you for all the members that came out, everybody that donated to support Soul Saturday. And we are here for the midweek reset as usual. And we will be starting up Matt's programming next week. So I will get a newsletter out on Friday so you will know what to expect. This Saturday, we have DJ Trigga, the one and only. You can find Trigga when he's not here performing at the chapel at the Cellar on Saturday nights. Everybody knows that's one of my favorite places to go dancing. So if anybody ever wants to join me, just hit me up. Speaking of dancing, on the 26th, which is a Saturday, a bunch of us are going to be going out at 10 p.m. to Club Royale to see a couple of DJs. I don't even remember who.
Just double checking date. Friday.
Oh, it's a Friday. Sorry, what did I say?
Saturday.
Oh, I meant Friday the 20th.
Friday the 26th.
Yes, we're going to start our dance club. So if you guys are a DJ or you know a really cool spot where you think we should go out and raise the vibration, we're going to go out missionary style. I love saying that. And just raise the vibration as a group outside because, the nature of our work is we hold space a lot all week. And we decided that we just want to use Fridays to go blow off some steam for a little while. That might change in the winter. I'm seeing some movie nights. We've been talking about doing a karaoke night, maybe even a poker night. You never know. If you have any ideas of things that you would like to see happening at the church, please feel free to DM me. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at PCSM Church. Now, Anna here is our 900-hour trauma-informed yoga therapist. Every time I say that, I'm like, wow, I don't even know how you get that on a business card. But Anna, how can people find you if they are interested in some one-on-one therapy?
Well, you can also find me on Instagram. My handle is yogi_depaz, DEPAZ on Instagram. You can always DM me. You can also email me through the church and find me that way. I'm mostly on Instagram. Okay. So that's how you can find me. DM me or message me or email me through the church because the church knows how to get a hold of me too. That's pretty much the way. Or you can email me anadepazyoga@gmail.com or you can go to my website, anadepaz.com.
All the ways to find Anna. Me personally, we're coming off of this Pisces full moon and, Pisces is very much about being in the flow. A lot of times big emotions come up. It's a great time to release things. And, this moon, I really felt that, especially being a Virgo, and this is my season. I had a great experience up at Indian Point where we made messages in a bottle. I had these really beautiful old gin bottles that are this like beautiful blue. And so I put some little offerings in there, and my friends and I put some notes in as we were celebrating the passing of our dear friend Claire, who passed 22 years ago. So hard to believe. But, we took that energy of the moon. We were so lucky, to see the moon because I know a lot of folks didn't get to see it, but it was so spectacular seeing it dance off of the ocean, and my heart's so full, coming back from that experience and, thinking about like putting that out there, like into the sea. Part of me is like, who's going to find it, or what if something like, what will they feel about us? But then even better if it breaks, because if it breaks, it's going to be really beautiful sea glass.
I don't know. I feel like someone's going to find it.
I think someone is going to find it. I would love to be the person to be on the other end of that, know? So I think I have so many of these bottles, you guys. So if you are looking to, make some sea glass, or you're looking for, some materials for ritual, we have like more than we need. So just reach out. I'll actually show it next podcast because they're so beautiful. Nice. And I have like 40 of them. And so,
Wow.
so we could even do that on a Friday night.
Yeah,
have
we
some kind of
could.
little
We could paint glass.
a rage ritual. That's all the rage, no pun intended
true.
nowadays. Magic Mia, I think her name is, on Instagram. I don't know. She actually was on the cover of Forbes magazine for the rage rituals that she's been creating. These like retreats, rage retreats. I think that's kind of a sign of the times.
Yes.
So yeah, I
With
encourage you.
protective goggles.
Right? I don't know exactly what they're snatched. I think a lot of it is like screaming and stomping and like getting stuff out. But anyway, you know, that's why we do yoga, right? Is to kind of get everything moving, those emotions that get stuck in our bodies will sometimes manifest as pain. You know, stress can actually manifest as, you know, unwellness, you know. So we want to keep our body away from disease by trying to get back in ease.
That's so interesting that you say that, because that's what I've been exploring with my fall. So if you didn't catch me last week, I injured myself the Saturday prior, and it was a really bad tailbone fall. So if you've ever hurt your tailbone, you know what I'm talking about. Chronic pain. So exploring, like, when things happen. 1, I hit the tailbone. 2, I question, that's where my root chakra is. That's also where the not the solar plexus, but the sacral chakra lies as well. And that's affecting the lower part of my body. So the lower chakras are being affected right now. So I start to explore, and it's so interesting because people come to me with physical ailments, and then I ask them, so what else is going on? Because usually, even though I fell, there's something more going on. Either I'm getting my attention directed into an area that I haven't looked at in my life, or there's just something, or what did it release? Like a hard fall like that must have released something. So I'm exploring that through my practice. So so when, you know, things happen, instead of, you know, sinking into the pain of it, of course, that, you know, I'm on ibuprofen right now. Like I've had to teach 2 other additional classes. I've been moving my body. I've been moving my body every day. Yesterday, the muscles in my low back were just like cramping pretty bad after teaching 3 classes. But I was moving more than I wanted to move my body because I had to. You know, I was actually teaching, I had a student with Down syndrome yesterday, which was awesome because he was amazing. He's an awesome guy. And he attended my gentle yoga class, and it was just one-on-one. But, you know, I honored each other. I honored him by placing my mat next to him, because that's what's hard about sometimes being in this practice, is that, you know, people want to, it's different. It's like you guys are seeing me and you guys are looking at me. So the studio sometimes gets like that. But as you practice, you develop your cueing ears, right? But I moved my body a bit more than I wanted to, and I had to come home and heat. So that's the pain aspect of it. But exploring the pain, where you feel it, being that it's in the hip area, we also hold a lot of pain there. So wherever you can get a shoulder pain, what does that mean? And you know who explored that? Louise Hay. Louise Hay was a pioneer of emotional subtle body practices that were kind of laughed at.
Did you say was? Did she pass?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she passed in, I think, the early 2000s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't know why I didn't know that.
So she has there's a publishing company, Hay House, that's going to publish her books. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure I get a newsletter from her. So she's speaking to, she and AI speaking beyond the grave.
She left a legacy for sure. But I find, you know, what she wrote about very interesting, because we do hold a lot of things in the body. The body keeps the score. The body keeps the trauma, holds on to the trauma in the body, the emotional
Great book,
aspect.
by the way, that I've been trying to read for 5 years. But
yes, it is an awesome book. But these practices are also not just doing the movement just because, or doing the movement just because you want to feel better. It's really reflecting on your movement, slowing down, taking the time to self-care, and not just going about it like blindly, I guess.
Well, what I like about that is, like, instead of sitting there going like, why did I hurt myself? You're like, oh, maybe this is an opportunity to try. That was something I used to do with my kids, is test like the frequency of words. And if you start ruminating in why, it kind of is a lower vibrational frequency, right? So you could be, why me? oh, I guess I'm going to try this, or and looking at it as like a sign that you maybe need to slow down or look at these things that
Yeah.
you're talking about instead of just like, just pouting about it, I guess,
Yeah, and
right?
taking it for face value and being reactive about it. I think where I was my dog. I was healing my dog.
Mm.
I was holding my dog when I fell, and I had to, instead of wallow in the depths of pain that I was feeling, which I wallowed with, for a while because you feel it and you can't help it, really starting to think, I was in this high vibration with him, but I also, it's a test, like my vibration hit.
Mm.
And I went into fear, I went into pain, and who knows what else I went into. But then the work is raising the vibration and starting to, send love to those areas, like, and Reiki and energy work. So I upped the energy work. I couldn't up the movement because that was going to, continue to affect me. But those are the kind of things that, when things happen, don't take things just for face value. Or when you feel like you keep getting the hits, or you're repeating these patterns. It's really time to broaden the lens, take a step back, and look at what's happening, because we walk through our lives so busy that it's almost like, we have these, right? Like we just keep focus going forward. I'm strong. I'm going to keep going. I can do this. Yes, you can. But sometimes we got to take a different perspective and look a little bit more closely, and things improve. Things get a little better. I know that all will be well, all is well, and we are well. And
you are such a natural caretaker. And so I know like you were like holding and protecting your dog so that your dog wouldn't get hurt when you fell. That might also be saying something, especially if you are putting yourself down on the mat and compromising your body a little bit in favor of serving somebody else. So we have to look at that too. Like if we don't honor ourselves, we can't continue to serve others, so just something to gently think about, because you are so naturally a caretaker. But if doing that is going to set your recovery back a week or two, but I get it because everybody's got to get that paycheck, and you don't want to let people down, and I think that's like the biggest thing too. But I think like I've been in, and we've been talking about this in our circle, is just saying no, like just saying no more. Like it's like I think like because of the pandemic, everybody kind of cancel culture became so accepted, and then it was like once we could reconnect, it was like everybody was just like right back out and running, and I'm feeling a lot of us are kind of like reeling it back in again and just saying like, I can't be in two places at once. And when I'm in this one place, I want to be here and I want to be present. And I don't want to be worrying about what everybody else is doing. You may have noticed I didn't post a ton on my business pages this summer, out of necessity every now and then. But like, once I post, then I feel like I have to be there to, respond. And then I'm like ruminating, looking at everybody else's family vacations and everybody else's summers. And then you start to, like a mental health issue that we have right now, is because everybody's comparing themselves to what everybody else is doing. So I made the conscious choice to be on my phone way less. So I do apologize. I have had a few people say, well, I haven't even talked to her all summer. And it's like, I know I was really busy being in nature, being with my kids, taking care of my properties, and like, just like doing me.
Well, I found that what you say is so interesting, because we're going into fall and winter, and these seasons make us slow down, make us eat differently, shift the energy differently. And that's really what we're doing. We haven't really talked about the transition from summer to fall, and we're beginning to transition. So part of that for me might have been like, you need to really start slowing down. I'm cooking more, eating more warm meals. I don't want the sun to go away yet because my plants still need it. I still have things ripening in the garden that need to ripen. But starting to think about slowing down, slowing down the practice, slowing down. I mean, I'm always slowing people down year round, but for these purposes. So to bring greater awareness is really the bottom line.
Yeah, I think that naturally happens too when we change the clocks. It's like time to, so we have a guest in the house. So happy to see you.
Welcome.
I'm going to let you get settled. Yay. So we have a bunch of Soul Saturdays planned, and we are open to suggestions for other workshops. And if you're a member, our club is available to you if you would like to have a party or a workshop. Reach out to me. We can work out something. Sometimes I set up a little mocktail bar or some offering.
Who's coming this Saturday?
So it's DJ Trigga.
Oh, that's right. You
Yeah,
said
we
that.
can't say his name enough, though.
I
It's
know,
like,
that's
if we
so
say it enough,
true,
he'll
this
probably
Saturday.
just walk in, because he kind of lives there. It's really sweet, because we've almost started like a DJ support group. It's like pretty amazing to me that, you know, Trigga was one of the first ones here on Saturday, and he DJ'd Saturday night until 1 in the morning. The guy has boundless energy. So if you want to, if you're like an energy vampire and you want to get some of the energy from these DJs, this is the place to be. It's literally like a DJ support group.
He's
at this point.
awesome. I love DJ Trigga.
Yeah. So hopefully we will get, you know, more of the events up, and I'm going to send out a newsletter. And what was the other thing I wanted to, I know what I want to do. I want to talk about swag. I want to make some new hats and maybe some t-shirts and stuff. So what I think I'm going to do is put something in the newsletter that will attach to a spreadsheet. The spreadsheet will have the different styles. You'll be able to sign up for one. I'm only going to do pre-orders this time. I'm not going to order a bunch and then hope that we sell them. Because again, it's all donation based. So we'll be asking for a donation for the hat to offset the cost of the hat. And then of course, if you want to donate a little extra for our time and for, you know, the space, we would greatly appreciate it. So look for that, right?
Yeah.
We need a rep.
Like
if we're going out as missionaries, we need at least the trucker hats, and definitely bring back the hats. 100%. But you know, holding t-shirt inventory is like just a pain, and you know, it's hard to predict what people want. So we're going to have people sign up. And thank you to Reverend JG for always bringing those stickers to Soul Saturday and those new hot designs.
Oh yeah, I need an update. I need to update my stickers.
Oh God, well, limited edition. You got to come to Soul Saturday for those new stickers. All right, well, love, I'm going to let you take it away. Thank you so much. I'm going to be doing chair yoga today.
I love that. Yoga anywhere. All right. Well, welcome. I'm so excited to see you. So, wow. So what do we immediately tap into when we feel pain, when we feel discomfort, when we are rushing and then all of a sudden we slow down? That is the change of breath. So in pain makes the breath rapid, not more slow. So if you're feeling any pain, I want to invite you to begin to slow down the breath. If you're not feeling any pain, I also invite you to begin to deepen the breath and begin to ground. Let's bring the awareness to how we're seated, or pick a position that is comfortable for you. You could be lying down or seated. And I'm going to stay right here in this position as we begin to ground in. Inviting you to soften your gaze or close your eyes to bring awareness inward. Feeling very tall in your spine, letting the crown of the head reach towards the sky. On the exhale, softening the shoulders without rounding in, feeling that length through the spine continuously. And noticing the mind, noticing how you're feeling or what you're sensing. I can't help but think, dancing, Soul Saturday, all these like good things we just talked about. But then there might be other things swimming around your mind that aren't feeling great. Maybe you had a difficult conversation with someone, or maybe you're just not in a good headspace right now, and that's okay. Just noticing where your mind is to bring the awareness to what the mind is doing at this present moment. And then I'm going to invite you to begin to count to 4 as you inhale and count to 4 as you exhale. Beginning to create a pattern of breath and beginning to let go of these thoughts, let them float away. They will be there, they may not be there, and it's okay. Let's practice letting go. The sensation of attaching ourselves to our thoughts let's release them. Watch those thoughts float away with the breath. As you breathe in, feel the abdomen expand. Feel the rib cage expand. And exhale slowly. As you inhale, notice how tall you feel. As you exhale, letting the shoulders soften. And then take a moment here. You've observed your mind. Now let's observe your heart. How is your heart doing today? Maybe your heart feels joyous. Maybe your heart feels sadness. Acknowledging and being okay with wherever you are in your heart. At this moment, wherever you are with your emotions, I'm going to invite you to think of something you're grateful for. What are you grateful for? What sparks your joy and gratitude? Let's light it up, because love comes from the feelings of gratitude, the feelings of joy. What lights you up? What creates that spark? I invite you to sense that, feel it. Maybe it brings a smile to your face. No matter how you're feeling, there is something you are grateful for. Feel that come in through your breath. And if your heart is hurting today, I'm going to invite you to take a deep breath and send love to your heart. Send love to yourself, like you're embracing yourself. It will be well. While you're here, let's create the intention driven by elevated emotions of gratitude, love, and joy. What do you want to come out of this practice? What do you want to feel? Take yourself there. Take a nice deep breath in so that you can ground in and feel that. Feel your intention. And if you don't know what it is, it's okay. Just feel the love and gratitude. Because what drives intentions are those emotions that we are empowered to create. And then slowly, let's bring our hands to our heart center, bow our heads towards our heart to thank our hearts for giving us and letting us feel that love. Gently releasing, and then beginning to circle the body if you're seated, little circles. Feeling the weight shift, feeling your toes wiggle and bringing little movements in, maybe swaying the body. And then coming back to center. When you're ready, opening your eyes and extending the arms up to the sky. With a nice deep breath in and an exhale, lowering the arms down. Let's roll the shoulders. Roll them forward and back. And then from here, let's release the legs. Bend the knees, take the arms behind you, little windshield wipers side to side. And then extend that left leg, gently bring that right knee to chest. Give it a hug. So you can just bring both arms and then lift the crown, giving it a hug, and lengthen through that left leg, flex the foot. Gently release, bring left knee to chest. Wrap your arms around that leg as much as it feels comfortable to gently lift your heart, flex the right foot. And then let's come into seated position once again. And let's cat-cow together. On the in-breath, gently taking the heart forward and taking the gaze up. On the exhale, find neutral spine or gently round in. Inhale, extend through the heart, take the gaze up. Exhale, gentle neutral spine or round in. Continue here. So you're actually going to see me go into neutral spine because rounding my tailbone right now doesn't feel very good. So I'm going to modify. And this is coming into neutral spine. And one more. Inhaling and exhaling, coming into neutral spine. From here, let's take the arms up, gently reach for the elbows and little wiggle, wiggle side to side just a little bit. And then slide the hands down. Gently take the left shoulder into the center body and take the gaze to the right side. And then come to center, take the right shoulder into the center body, gaze to the left side, and then gently repeating side to side. And then come back to center. Release the legs again. Little windshield wiper with hands behind you again. And then extend the legs and shake them out. All right, let's bring in that right knee to chest again. Flex that right foot. Take that left arm forward. Bring it up towards the sky. Arm up towards, reaching towards the sky. Heart forward, so you're lengthening that left side body. And then lower that arm. Squeeze in that knee with that left arm and raise the right arm up. So I'm not taking you into a twist. I'm still having the shoulders face forward. What we're doing is squeezing in and lengthening the upper body. Left arm rises up. Squeeze in the leg again, and then right arm is coming back up. And then lower. So we're going to repeat left side. Bring that left knee into chest. Hug it in with the left arm and flex that foot as you reach up with that right arm. And then lower, switch, lift left arm, and switch, lift right arm, and switch one more time, and release. Shake it out, bring soles of the feet together. So soles of the feet can be created with space in mind. So if the hips are tight and they're not going to want to open, you're just going to bring your feet as close together as possible, far away, or bring them in as close as possible. Interlace your fingers around your feet and then walk the buttocks towards the heels. From here, again, lengthening, from the crown of the head towards the sky. Bring the shoulders back and heart forward, and breathe here. Flutter the legs gently, if that feels good, or find stillness. Coming back to center and stillness, on the next breath, a little hinge forward. Just go as slow as it feels good to you, and then lightly press the legs away. Continue to lengthen. Notice I'm not rounding my spine here. So if you feel like you're rounding, stop right where you're rounding, beginning to round and lengthen upwards. But if you feel like rounding all the way, you're very welcome to. I'm going to release here. Knees are going to come back up. I'm going to take the knees to one side so I can come into a tabletop position at the center of the mat. All right, so let's cat-cow here just a little bit more. On the inhale, gently taking the gaze up to the sky. Here in tabletop, I can round a little bit more because there's no pressure on my tailbone, so I'm going to go ahead and round. But I'm also going to show you what it looks like to go into neutral spine. So here I am extending. Here I'm coming into neutral. So if your cat-cow looks like this, it's looking good. So that's neutral spine without rounding. And then here comes a deeper movement, taking chin towards the chest and tucking the tail, coming into a full cat pose, and then extending into cow pose. Remember to inhale as you extend. Exhale as you gently round in or find neutral spine. And then let's come to center and take the hips for a little circle to one side and then the other side. You can take the hips back as far as you'd like towards the heels. And then go in the opposite direction. And then let's bring the shoulders into it and the neck, and gently rounding, bending the elbows if that feels good, and then combining them with circles. So do what feels good to your body. And then come to center. From here, tuck the toes. We're going to stretch out our feet and gently shift the hips back. And we're going to walk the hands towards our knees. Here we are in hero pose. If this is uncomfortable, and it can be very uncomfortable for the toes, we're going to lift up and lift the pressure off the feet and then gently come back down. We're going to do that 4 more times. Inhale, lift to release the pressure. Exhale, lower down to increase the pressure and the stretch. Here we go, 3. Inhale, 4. And 1 more. Inhale, 5. Wonderful. Release by reaching forward, untucking the toes. All right, let's extend that right leg and gently press through the toes, grounding the toes. And then we're going to lift the leg, bend the knee, and rotate the hip. About 3 to 5 on each side. Lengthen again. We're going to come into extended tabletop. Square the hips to the mat. Lengthen. Left arm forward. Gently bring everything back to your tabletop. Shift left, right so that you can reset the hips. And make sure that you have a little separation between the knees. Take a peek between the knees and hide the feet so that you're nice and aligned. All right, left side. Extend and ground the toes, press through the heel. Lift the leg, bend the knee, flex the foot, and rotate the hip. Both directions. So you notice I made some wider circles. I'm sensing my low back and that feels better. So I'm creating that movement. And then lengthen that left leg. Reach forward with that right arm and come into your extended tabletop. Pull the navel in, lengthen in opposite directions, and take one more breath. Exhale, bring everything back to the mat and shift side to side. All right, how about we do a child's pose? We're going to take the knees to the width of the mat, let the toes touch, and shift the hips back. You're very welcome to take child's pose with knees close together. You would drop your heart down to the mat. You can even drape your arms by your side. My choice, though, is to take the knees wide to create space for the body. Lengthen the arms forward and melt the heart towards the mat. And here we're lengthening from the base of the spine, from the tail all the way through the crown and through the fingertips. Take nice deep breaths. Remember to support your head if it's hanging so that you don't strain your neck or shoulders. Ground your third eye. Three full breaths here. Feel the diaphragm engage as you take those deep breaths. Two more. And then let's shift the hands to the right side so that we can lengthen the left side body. Allow that left hip to gently reach towards that left heel. And if your child's pose doesn't look like mine, that's okay. Do what feels good to your body. If it's accessible, reach that left arm forward so that you can reach that left hip back towards the left heel. And then inhale, walk the hands back to center and walk them all the way over to the left side. Maybe letting the arms layer, the hands layer over each other. Lengthen right hip towards right heel. And I actually feel a little bit of the pressure there. So I'm going to move my body. I'm going a little too deep for myself. So that's the awareness coming in of how you feel your body. Adjust there. There's no reason for me to push. So I'm going to walk myself a little further in and then lengthen again and see how that feels. That feels a little bit better. And remember that little small movements matter. So maybe wiggling the hips a little bit gives you an idea of where you might feel more comfortable. Two more breaths. Last breath. And begin to gently walk back to center. Tent the fingers and lengthen the hips back. And then begin to walk yourself back to tabletop position. All right, so again, stacking hips over knees, shoulders over wrists. Let's thread the needle here. Take a nice deep breath, lengthen that right arm to the sky, weave it through, drop the shoulder down, and rest your head on the right side. Lengthen that left arm forward. One more breath. And then slowly begin to lift the body up. And actually just come to your tabletop position. And then we're going to do the left side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, weave it through. And drop left shoulder down. Extend that right arm forward. And breathe. Last breath here. And then begin to release the hand, extend it forward to match the other, and shift the hips back. From here, let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Take the knees back a little bit. And then come down to your abdomen. Take the arms by your side, and then take the left knee. So we're going to take, actually, let's support the body, bring the hands underneath the shoulder, and we're going to lift that left knee and bring it to the left side body. The gaze is going to go to the right side, and then you can rest your arms anywhere that feels good. You can reach for that left knee if you'd like. Flex the foot if you'd like, or just relax the leg. You can even just gently take the left arm out to one side. Adjust your body as it begins to relax. And then turn your head to the left side. If anything begins to tense up, you can shift. So I just shifted my arm. And then if you want a little quad stretch, you can bend that left leg and reach with that bend the right leg and reach with the left arm. We're going to just stay here a little bit longer to let the body release a little more. And you don't have to continue to hold the foot if you've caught the foot, but you can if you want, if that feels good. Notice how the body begins to release. Use your breath. And if you'd like, you can release the leg all the way down. Readjust the body, let it relax onto the earth. And then slowly begin to turn your head back, chin back to mat. Take that left hand underneath the shoulder so you can gently pivot rotate the body back so you can move that left leg out of position back to meet the right, and then bring that right hand underneath the shoulder so you can pivot. Move the left hand so you can support your body. Bring that right knee up. Adjust yourself just to feel the comfort of your body. And then turn your head onto the left side. You can take that right arm and extend it. You can take left arm and bring it by your side. Sometimes staying in these positions a little bit longer really helps the body to settle, and you just gently start to feel what's speaking and just adjust. And then you can rotate your head to the other side. If you want to bend that left leg, bend the knee and reach for the foot, you can. And remember, you might get a little like tension or something, but you can just release it and then come back to it if you'd like. Use your breath to settle the body in. Release the leg if you've taken it into your hand. And then gently release that right arm. Give it a little time to just release the tension from the shoulder. Any position that feels comfortable for you. And then bring the chin back to center. Right hand underneath right shoulder to gently press the body back so you can move that right leg back to the mat. And then gently come back to your mat, arms by your side. Chin back to center. Let's do full locust here. On the in-breath, the legs are going to lift and the arms are going to lift. Breathe normally, gaze forward, take another breath in and lift a little higher. And exhale, lower everything down, bring right cheek to mat and release the body on the mat. Two more breaths here. And chin comes back to center, second set. Inhale. Lift legs, arms, everything lifts. Lift a little higher, take a deep breath in. And lower everything back down, left cheek to mat. All right, hands underneath the shoulders and actually walk them forward a little bit. We're going to take a little frog pose. So we just stretched out each hip. So we're going to bring the right knee, lift the body so that you can take the left knee. And we're going to gently shift the hips back to adjust. And then support your body, flexing the feet and taking this frog position. If your hips are very flexible, they could probably touch the floor. If you want to shift forward, you can, or you can shift back. And actually you can shift side to side or just sense you're coming into the abductors here. Breathe and take the gaze to the top of your mat. Lift the heart. This is intense. Take a few deep breaths. Feel your feet flex. And then begin to release by taking the hands underneath the shoulders and slowly bringing those legs back to tabletop position. Cat-cow. Inhale, extend, and exhale. Gently find neutral spine or round in. So a few of those here. And then tuck the toes, lift the knees, take a little hover, pull the navel in. Let's press into downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back. Head parallel to the arms, pull the navel in and gently press the heart towards the thighs. So the heels don't have to touch the mat. Just press them towards the mat. If they touch, good. If they don't, that's good too. Walk it out. Lift one heel after the other. And let's walk our feet to meet our hands at the top of the mat. Forward fold, slowly and gently, lowering the head down. Bend the knees as much as it feels good to bend the knees and rest the torso on the thighs. And then slowly You're going to begin to lift the body up, bring the hands to the shins, gently come into a half lift, a little tilt of the tail, take the shoulders back, lengthen through the crown, and engage the quads here. Let's extend the arms up, take a nice deep breath in, arms come up, let the palms touch, and palms come to heart. Inhale, reach back up, arms come up, reach back, press hips gently forward, and take a slow swan dive down. Plant the palms, let that right foot step back and drop the knee. Bracket the front foot, ground that right palm and inhale that left arm up to the sky. So about 3 breaths each side. On the third breath, gently lowering down, tuck the toes, lift that back knee, and then you're going to step it forward to that forward fold. Then plant the palms. Left foot is going to step back. Bracket the foot, ground that left palm, and inhale that right arm up to the sky.